Film photography for me is not just taking photos. It is so much more beautiful and layered than that. So today I want to show you the entire process, start to finish, of doing a conceptual portrait session on film, developing the photos by hand, and then finally scanning them. So you can see all of my favorite parts of the process, whether it's getting something exactly how I pictured it or the mistakes and flaws that come with film photography. From the fact that you won't even get to see the photos during the shoot like other YouTube videos, but you will see them when I pull them out of the tank and scan them for the first time. This is my process. Whoa, look at this. We're literally just about to go directly into a cloud. We're on some random mountain just searching for somewhere nice to shoot. This is kind of sweet here, actually. Yeah, dude, it's a high school up here. It says Flint Ridge High School. Whoa. That's the coolest kid in school right there. Feels like the fog is rolling in a bit. Three, two, one. Locked it, sorry. 3, 2, 1. Dude. I've never seen someone stand so still. That was incredible. Why don't you look back down at the ground, but like look over here. That is so cool, actually. 3, 2, 1. Dude, hold on. I'll take a little iPhone pic for you. Ooh, with all the, yeah, okay, let me get my other lens. So cool. Oh, I could frame you in between these trees. Look out that way now. But like still look down and then turn your shoulder back towards me. Yeah, like that. But like look it down this way. But like more here actually. Yeah. Actually just do the original pose we had. 3, 2, 1. That was super cool. Awesome. Okay. Why don't you turn your shoulder back just a bit? Not that far. Right about there, yeah. Wow. Why don't you put your hands in those big pockets? Exaggerate your lean a little bit, so like lean back. Yeah, like that maybe. Gorgeous. If you stood like here, so definitely be careful. I can like definitely frame you in the trees nice. Let me get that light. I love that. 3, 2, 1. And why don't you look right at the lens for this one, right here. Beautiful. Yeah, I was thinking maybe like you could like sit on this here, place a hand like here-ish. Yeah. Maybe yeah, lean forward a bit. Maybe if you did something more like that, yeah. And then I just try to get like the depth of the street. Yeah, just look down like that. 3, 2, 1. Got it. Maybe walk on the right side and I'll direct you from up here. All right, 3, 2, 1. Cool, I'm gonna load another roll. Right into the Pentax, great. Awesome. I think that's pretty cool. What if you like leaned into the tree down here? I don't know. So all you have to do, that's the focus and that's the trigger. So you'll focus it and then press the button. You like that?
I think I like it.
That's a very satisfying camera to like shoot photos with. All right, your turn. We can go back to how normally things are. Oh dude, yeah, this is sweet. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's cool. I like the curve of the street with this. And maybe you could like look kind of just out here this way. Yeah, it's great. It's very dramatic. All right, you don't need to document the stance. 3, 2, 1. Boom, we're done. Mix up some color chemistry. We got our distilled water, got our mixing pitchers, we got our little amber bottles. Easy. Got all of these fun little chemistries. Mixing color chemistry is almost therapeutic for me at this point. It's only 2 different chemicals. You've got your developer and you've got your Blix, and each one has 3 chemistries that you can pour in after you put 18 to 20 ounces of water into the cup. You're pretty much just making a quart, 32 ounces. I regret how little I've been developing film at home recently because the whole process is just fun and surprisingly easy to memorize, which after a while it just becomes muscle memory, and it's just a very special process. And if you've never done it, it may look like something you could never do correctly, but I promise you, it's beyond easy to get right after a couple sessions developing your own film. Okay, now that our chemistry is mixed, we can develop this film. Got our tank, a reel for 120, funnel, Blix developer, and a temperature control system to heat up our chemistry to 102 degrees. Now I need to find the dark bag right here. It looks like an upside down t-shirt. We shot 2 rolls of film this morning, and for the sake of making sure we have something to use for this video, because when you go out and shoot a video with your film, it's like, you don't want to lose all that footage by messing up the film in development. So I'm gonna develop these rolls one by one. It's a good precaution. I mean, if you make a video about something, you don't want to throw every single roll in one tank and then pour the Blix in first or something, you know? On my oven, amongst some dirty cups and printer ink over here, I put my hands inside of this dark bag. It's got 2 layers of zippers so you can put your roll of film and tank in there. I'm taking the film out of the backing paper and I'm gonna load it onto the reel that you guys saw me load into this bag. Pretty much I'm loading it into a light tight tank called a Jobo, and then we'll just process it. When you open this up, a roll in a tank that's light tight, and you've got the backing paper. This is what the 120 film connects to. It's really long. I'm ready to develop though. I'm actually not gonna even use all this chemistry. I'm only gonna need to use 250 milliliters of it because this tank, doing rotary development instead of inversions, only takes 240 milliliters instead of 500. It's literally half. It's pretty awesome. All right, so pretty much now you just put this in your chemistry, and if you put it directly in the chemistry, it's gonna heat it up so fast. And so we'll be ready to develop in like less than a minute. These temperature control systems are amazing, but they obviously have a digital thermometer of sorts that lets you know what the temperature is. I always put an analog thermometer into the picture just to make sure the temperature is actually up to what the digital readout is saying. 100, 101, 102. It's exactly at 102. 250 milliliters going in. Always go over by a bit in case I spill or something. You don't want to have too little chemistry in there. Set a timer for 3 minutes and 40 seconds. I always add like an extra 10 seconds for while I'm pouring it. That's just me. And then you sit it down on this thing. Time to wash off the temperature control system and then get the Blix ready, because we only have a minute and 58 seconds before we need to put the Blix in, and it's not even heated up at all. So the Blix is a lot different than the developer. You have to do it for 8 minutes. And I also start by doing inversion cycles with it just to burp it, because the Blix builds up a lot of pressure in the tank and it will pop the lid off of it in like a rotary machine if you don't burp it a couple times. So. All right, we're done. We're pouring it back in. We gotta wash the film now, but the 2 chemistries, developer took 3 minutes and 30 seconds, Blix takes about 8 minutes. Get the water a little warm, and then just like let it run through the tank like 8 times. And then this right here that I just heated up is distilled water, because I'll do a final wash with that, and then we'll dry off the film with some Kim wipes in the bathroom. All right, let's see if we have any good photos. What the? Bro, I developed it properly. Oh my God. I'm so glad we didn't put 2 rolls in, man. About to start seeing red. It's got blue hazing on the top and the bottom of the roll. The middle looks all right. It's still a little blue. I mean, the base is just completely off. It's just completely off. To me, this looks like a classic case of light fogging from the dark bag I got off Amazon that I have not been gentle with. I've thrown it all over the place. It just has enough light coming in to fog both ends of the film, I guess. I'm not gonna risk the other roll. I'm so glad I didn't put it in the tank with this one. I think we should take it to the lab and have them develop it and see what the truth is, because maybe it's something in my camera, I don't know. This is the roll that Lasco developed for us. They turned it around really quick, shout out to them. And this is the roll that we developed here. You can see the blue haze. It's definitely fogging from that dark bag. Luckily, these are the photos I really was stoked about. This is the first roll we shot. So we're gonna scan these and see if we can make anything useful out of it. This happens, it's okay. Developing film at home, these things happen. It could have been the Blix popping at the wrong time or one of my thermometers giving me an issue. I just got unlucky with the cheapest part of the process, the dark bag, having some sort of light leak somewhere. So I'll be replacing that, but luckily we have one roll, and luckily you got to see what it's truly like to be a film photographer. The scanner's booted up. We're gonna start with the second roll we shot, which is the light fogged roll, to see if we can pull anything good out of this. At the very least, I could throw these in black and white and make every single film photographer on earth incredibly mad. I really tried to fix these photos in Scanner, but when you light fog your film, you're exposing it to extra light, which means your original exposure is gone, and now there's an extra layer of light fogging, which means you're gonna get what looks like almost an 100% light leak. Oh my God, these really got a good proper fogging. The shots from the start and the end of the roll where the hazing was the worst were pretty much impossible to correct, but a few of the shots from the center of the roll, shots 5 through 7, actually came out pretty good with a little correction. The photos look pretty rough, not gonna lie. The hazing is overwhelming. I'm still gonna try to fix them in post, but I'm also just gonna scan them in the black and white on this scanner to see what we can make use of before we do something in post.
Whoa, dude, they look amazing in black and white.
They look gorgeous. It's pretty amazing to just scan these as black and white, and like, I love them actually. They look beautiful in black and white. So, end of the day, if something happens like a dark bag having a light leak that then fogs an entire roll, you can still come out of your shoot with something beautiful, you know? You just scan it and change it to black and white in post. I know that's not the most like righteous, true film photography thing, but like, man, you shot the photos, do what you want to do in post. All praise the fact that you can take the saturation slider in Lightroom and bang that shit to black and white, because it's still a photo, and if you like how it looks in black and white better than it does in color, especially if the colors are messed up, do that. It's your work. Seeing the photos on the light haze roll in black and white looking so beautiful was like a big sigh of relief. I feel like they've been given a second wind, another purpose, and now I'm just excited to scan the roll of color film that was developed properly. Dude, this one looks amazing. I absolutely love how these color photos turned out. Between the two rolls that could have been fogged, I am grateful it was the second roll. The second roll gracefully became a roll of black and white, but the first roll I used lights on his face. I was really connecting with the scene that we were shooting, and I'm glad that it worked out in that way. My favorite photo is probably this one where I had him do this lean back while on a hill, and I angled the camera in a way that made the ground look flat even though he was on a hill. Now he's leaning in this incredibly dramatic, almost unlifelike way, and it's just gorgeous. This other one, I love the framing of his head between these trees, the fog in the background, the greens, those Cinestill 400D greens. I just love this one too. This morning I got up and my only intention was to go out and shoot a couple rolls of film with Nick, hopefully in the fog if there was some, and we made that happen. Then I got to develop film, and I got to illustrate the fact that even though I've developed over 1,000 rolls of film, I still make mistakes, and that's totally cool. I miss focus, I light fog my rolls, I'll open the backs of my camera on accident when there's film still in there. This was a very human experience, and of course it happened when I was filming a video, of course. I think I'm almost glad that one of the rolls got fogged in kind of a weird way. I think that the photos actually look so beautiful in black and white. I would have never made them black and white images if they came right out of the tank normally. You know what? I have almost 20 photos. I shot 2 rolls of 120 film, which is 10 photos in a 6x7 camera. I have almost 20 photos that I really like. It doesn't matter if half of them are color and half of them are black and white, but technically it was a color negative that I fogged, so now they're black and white. I still love them. Gosh, what a fun video. I think this might be one of my favorite videos I've ever made. I'm so glad I got to share this whole experience with you guys, and I will see you guys next week. I'm Linus, by the way.